Good afternoon. My name is Daniella Pierre. I am before you as a single mother that lives in Liberty City. I am before you as a graduate of FIU School of Business. And I'm also before you as someone who works right here in Miami-Dade County who is priced out of affordable housing in the rental and home ownership market. Several of my colleagues are also experiencing the same experiences, being priced out. They work at Miami-Dade College. They serve right here in Miami-Dade County, and they're currently enrolled in many of our schools here, pursuing a higher education. Presently, living in an affordable housing community, I get a chance to look at many of my neighbors who are also single mothers. And as you know, Miami-Dade County, the single mother population, 40%. We have not activated our single mothers and our single parent households. Too many of us, including myself, have not been activated. We only get those touches when they're reactionary. We have over 4,000 nonprofits that sit here within Miami-Dade County on paper. They have resources designed to help us thrive and not just survive, but they only come to us in a reactionary standpoint. We have our children that go to school. Our village, from my opinion, from my observation, is broken. We have too many agencies that are working for the applause and not for the cause. And if we're here to talk about the village, let's be real about the village. In Liberty City, we have the most broken families. We cannot continue to expect broken families to develop whole children without the resources pouring back into them to make them whole. Solutions are here within our state of Florida. We have the Affordable Housing Trust Fund that has been swept continuously by our dear governor, Rick Scott. And when State Representative Sean Shaw sponsored legislation to stop the sweeping of the Affordable Trust Fund, the Sadowski Act, we did not get the entire support of the Miami-Dade County delegation. When I looked at House Bill 191, I expected to see all of the Florida House support it. But unfortunately, we did not get the full support. Therefore, it died in committee. So one solution I would propose would be to get our entire Dade delegation from all of the districts to support an act that will stop the sweeping of the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. Through the documentary stamps through real estate, Miami-Dade County received in total $7 million. Where does that money go? Who's receiving that money? If the state continues to sweep that fund, we will not have the adequate, fair housing and affordable housing of what it takes to move people from survival mode so they can be here and thrive. So that's one solution. We need to get sponsored legislation to stop the sweeping of the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. That's one. Two, placing people in affordable housing and not seeing about their welfare and their well-being. We can no longer do that. We're not just warehousing people. Just to put me in affordable housing and never look back to see if I have received employability training, job training, other skill sets that's so important to help me move that needle and be a responsible citizen in Miami-Dade County is very important. That's not happening. That is not happening. We have several affordable housing communities, and all that's happening are people just paying their rent on time. But the state is funding them for employability training. That has not happened. We have some of the most talented single mothers that are in Liberty Square, that are in Sugar Hill, where I live, but we are not activated. We're stigmatized. We're never called on to do anything, and that stops today. There are provisions in HUD Section 3 that requires that employability training is offered to us. We never receive that. When we ask for the reports of how many women are now into job where they have transitioned to being self-sufficient, we never get an answer. So that'll be another solution. We need those reports of HUD Section 3. Finally, the state of Florida has a very high number of the aging population. Many of our seniors are now taking care of their grandchildren right here in the fourth largest school district, Miami-Dade County Public Schools, and they live in public housing. And let's be real, they need care themselves. Where are the provisions for our seniors? Again, it's not about warehousing people. We're here to build up our village. Our seniors have no care. Who's taking care of them? Assisted living facilities, nobody's making that referral. No one's making that connection. We are building these 55-plus communities, but who is caring about those seniors who are aging out? Nobody's caring about those seniors. So there's a lack of transition as we look to, when we're talking about affordable housing, I'm a proponent of the transition. That is not happening. We always say, pull yourselves up by your bootstraps, but where I come from, people don't even have the boots. So if we get back to what's already been stated in our policies from the 1970s and develop those families that are in Liberty City and other parts of the urban core, that's when we'll be able to see our village be able to rise again.